Hey dolls, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing a glam fall design. Stay tuned to see the nail magic that we can create. Welcome to my channel, dolls. In today's video, I am doing like a very glam, sparkly, gold and burgundy fall design. I'm going in with the MAKARTT Peel It Off. I've been using this lately and I like it with 2 coats. I'm using their pump up tips. These are the XXL coffin and these are C curve. I think I've used these maybe once. I'm not crazy about C curve, but I thought I would give them a go for this design. I'm going in as always with my rubber base from LGN and my flash curing lamp, applying this to the bottom 3/4 of the nails. I do all 4 nails and then I do the thumb separate. And then I'm holding the tip on there, getting it straight with the finger. I flash cure for just a couple seconds so that it's held in place. Once I have all 5 nails on, I do a 60-second cure in my big lamp to make sure that these are all the way adhered. And then I am going in and I'm going to trim off a little bit of the length. I did leave these pretty long, but those were just too long. So after I trim these, and you already know I'm going back in with my rubber base, applying that to the full nail and the full tip. This is going to adhere the builder gel to the nail tip so I don't have to buff the nail tip. What I'm done applying, full 60-second cure in the big lamp, and we're ready for builder gel. So today I'm using In Bloom by LGN. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. So it's like this brownie nude with gold flakes in it. I'm also using her crystal clear. Tell me that's not crystal clear. Absolutely stunning. The oval number 6, which is my favorite brush. I'm putting on my slip layer as usual. So a thin layer of gel. Do not cure it. Go back in with a larger amount of gel. And then you're going to start kind of just before the cuticle. You're going to go in circular motions, kind of pushing it up, pulling it left to right, and then you're going to pull it all the way down the nail. Now with this C curves, they have like deep sidewalls. And since I'm not used to that, once I got it on there, I was really having to pull up and down and get it on those sidewalls. And that's just me not using C curve and then just doing these extra long nails that I don't do in my everyday life. But this gel is so forgiving. So if you need to add more, you go ahead and add more. You need to pull it up, pull it down, pull it left, pull it right. You've got time to work with this. And then as always, I will flip my finger over, let gravity help me out, let that gel pull back to the center where I want it. I'll take my brush and kind of move it, like if it's pulled at the tip of the nail, I'll move it back up, get that apex nice and where I want the gel. I cure after each finger 30 seconds, and when I'm all the way done, 60 seconds in the big lamp. I've said it before, I am not fast enough to do multiple fingers at one time. The gel will end up moving on me, and then if you can work in ninja mode, congratulations. I cannot. I did my thumb off camera, but then I'm just wiping off that inhibition layer on these, and then I'm going in with the crystal clear. So on this index finger, I just did a really thin layer. I'm going to be doing an ombre with like a dark burgundy polish, and I just thought that it would lay better. And plus, if I mess it up and I needed to take it off, I didn't have to, you have to file it off. I didn't want to have to redo the whole tip and everything. So I just put a thin layer, cured that for 30 seconds, and then I'm going in with this BEETLES polish. What is that, A100, I think. So I'm just putting it, I'm not putting it all the way up to the cuticle because I'm going to do an ombre. And I was just kind of feathering out that top so that I didn't have any kind of harsh line that I was trying to cover up, since this gel is light and this is a dark color. I cured that for a full 60, wiped off that inhibition layer, and now I'm going in with the In Bloom. So I'm just focusing it up towards the cuticle, the top of the nail, making sure that I get it from side to side, and then just pulling it and going, getting it, fitting it out as I pull it down. and then just wiping off any excess. Now you'll see as I'm doing this, it is looking crazy. This is definitely a trust the process thing. You got to kind of work with it. And I did do like a second layer. When I did that second layer, it really came to life. But what I'm most focused on is making sure that the cuticle is really nice. And then I pulled it down with this brush, and then I went in with like a bigger cleanup brush and feathered it down, and then was cleaning off that red, that burgundy color. And in the end, it came out absolutely gorgeous. I have ombre'd with gel a few times before. Like I do the baby boomers a lot. That is so much easier than going anything light to this dark. So anything like this contrast. But again, this gel is just amazing. Like at first it looks crazy because it hasn't self-leveled, but once it levels and you really see the coverage and you see like, okay, I just need to feather that part or feather that part. This is the most forgiving gel ever to do an ombre with. There are other brands that I used to use, and I absolutely loathe doing any kind of ombre because they just didn't move well. Anyways, so when I was done, full 60-second cure to make sure everything's in place. I'm taking out some gold foils and these gold holographic leaves that I have. Some tweezers, a little picker-upper thingy. With this gold foil, if you've used foil before, it is the messiest thing. Oh my gosh, the cleaning behind the scenes on this. But so when I cured this, I just didn't wipe off the sticky layer. So I'm just randomly placing a little bit of gold foil on this nail. And then I'm going to flip this over, use the silicone end, and instead of like just pressing it in there flat, I'm using the very tip of it and almost like chopping it. And so I get like this kind of like more breaks instead of like a solid piece of foil. It's, I don't even know how to explain it. It's more chopped up, but I really like the way that that turned out. For the middle finger, I am putting a thin layer of the crystal clear, and then I'm going in with the hollow leaves. And I'm just, no rhyme or reason really, just placing these on the nail till I think it looks good. I was kind of trying to like put the most of them where you see my natural nail so that my natural nail wasn't showing through. So I made it more dense in the middle, and then just a couple leaves at the bottom, couple at the top. I put a little bit of gold foil, just a little bit. I didn't want there to be too much gold. Then I pulled out this dark red foil, added that in any kind of bare spots, some on top of leaves, some next to leaves. Again, taking the very tip of that silicone tool and kind of breaking up the foil. Once I have it the way that I wanted it, then I did do a full 60-second cure with this. I didn't add anything on top of it yet. I cured it first. Because right now I'm putting all of this into wet builder gel. So once you cure it, it stays in place. And then this is where we go and encapsulate it. And this is where it comes to life. If you have ever done any kind of encapsulation nails, it like the gel, when you put it on top, it like magnifies whatever's underneath of it. And it just brings it to life. It looks so pretty. I know from this angle, it kind of looks like a hot mess. But when you see the up close pictures, it's really pretty. And with these bright lights, like it just doesn't do it justice, even on my hand right now looking at it. So I am still wearing these. It's gorgeous. I'm in love with it. Once I have that laid, I did 30 seconds and then I moved on to this one. So I am encapsulating this because right now if I filed it, I would file off all my foil and I would file off the ombre. So right now the top of the nail is much thicker than where that polish is because it just has polish and then the top has gel. So I don't have to put as much towards the top of the nail. I got to focus the middle and the free edge of the nail. So that's what I'm doing. Pulling that down, pulling it up the sidewalls, full 60-second cure when I'm done with both of these nails. And then I'm going into filing. So here I'm just showing you that I'm getting a new file and I was priming it. If you don't know what that is, the edges of a file are extremely sharp when it comes brand new, unused, and you do not want to be putting that on your skin. So I take the new file, those edges, I rub them against an old file until they're smooth and they're not gonna saw into the sides of my fingers. So I sped through this. I cut a lot of this out. You guys let me know. Do you want to see the filing process? Do you want me just to skip that and the nails are ready for design? Let me know in the comments. If you don't enjoy watching this, then I will not put it in there. I am filing the sidewalls, getting more of a coffin shape, the free edge, the bottom 3/4 of the nail like I always do. Then I'm going in with my fine tapered drill bit, getting out any lumps or bumps, any deep gouges left by my hand file. I don't do this long of nails on myself typically ever, just because I work in the medical field. So if I did something like this, it's for a weekend and then these are coming off. But when you're doing these long nails, you really need good structure. And I'm using a peel off base coat. So it makes filing a challenge. So if I was doing these for real, like they weren't a pop off, or I was doing these on a family member or something, I would pay more attention to my filing. They would be crisper. But these are just pop off. It's just for a video. So if you're ever watching this and you're like, okay, this could be better, that could be better, chances are I already know these are not nails I'm keeping on. These aren't going to be on someone else's hand. So, and I do make them a little bit thinner than I normally would. And that's just because I'm using a bunch of product just to pop these nails off. When I'm done filing, I clean everything up, and then I went in with the BEETLES foundation gel. This is just a base gel. I am going to be painting the pinky and the thumb. I do cure a full 60 seconds after I put the foundation gel on, and then we're ready for polish. And I'm going in with the same color that I did on the index finger. So we are tying this whole set in. We're doing like a red, a burgundy, red, whatever, and gold design. So I'm putting this gel on and I'm pushing it up as close as I can get it to the cuticle without getting on to my skin. And then I'm just smoothing it out, trying to get any streaks out. I go in with a liner brush, just dip it right in the polish. Well, right off the brush of the polish. And then here's where I show you, I pull that gel back up or paint that gel closer to the cuticle. If you can't get to the cuticle with the gel bottle brush, get yourself a liner brush. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. Get a little bit of gel on it, and then you can paint right up to that cuticle without flooding it. And I still color it on my skin. I don't know how to do my own nails without coloring on my skin. If you get gel on your skin, just make sure you wipe it off right away. And don't cure it on your skin. Preferably when you wipe it, don't wipe it with your other hand. I do have alcohol and wipes sitting right next to me, so whenever you see me wipe off the gel, I immediately wipe it like off my thumb or other finger, but you still shouldn't do that. I did 2 coats on both of these. This was like the only like burgundy color I have. The thousands of polishes I have, and I do not have like a true purplish burgundy, I guess. This is more of like a dark, like garnet red. Still love it. Still think it all tied together very well. On this ring finger, I am blinging this bad boy out. I did put a layer of the foundation gel. I'm going in with some cuticle bars from LGN, some smaller red gems, and some larger red gems. These are both from SHEIN. And cuticle beads, those are LGN as well. This is her Bling It gel. Now this dries shiny and non-tacky. So I'm covering the whole nail, because once I put all these gems, I would have to go in with a liner brush to put a top coat. and I'm not doing all that. It can be used in place of your top coat. It's very, very shiny, and it's, like I said, it's non-tacky when it cures. So putting that cuticle bar up, and then I am just placing my gems. Unfortunately, I had to cut a lot of this out because when I'm doing this, I need to see what I'm doing. So my big head is constantly in the way. All you see is black hair. Jamie. Oh. I have a setup where I can, like, I have a viewfinder now, and my head's still in the way whenever I do gems. I got to figure out a better way. Like, I got to hold my hand like this and do my gem placement. But when you're doing gems, just play around. There's no right or wrong. Just stick them on there until you're content with them. Then I go in with the Shiny No White top coat from LGN, and this is where they really come to life. I love her top coat. It's very, very shiny, and it lasts a good time, especially for me. But this is where you really see like the hollow underneath and the foils. I just love this. So a full 60-second cure after I've applied this to all 5 fingers. I did put on some cuticle oil. I did go back and crispen up like the free edges of the nails. And this is the final look. I really, really like this one, and I really hope that you guys like it. Please leave me a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you want me to take out the filing parts or anything. Just any feedback would be greatly appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, dolls.